Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. Basically, I'm just going to talk about the article we released and discussing that for our YouTube channel for anybody who missed the article. And then I guess you guys, if you have any questions in the future or anything, you can go ahead and ask those in the Telegram. We're pretty quick to answer any questions that you guys do have. So yeah, let's get started. So basically, we released an article to explain an update on the VR platform that we plan to release at the right time. I've talked about that in the past several times in the last Q&A and other talks. We also outlined our expenses in an effort to be pretty much completely transparent with you guys, which is something that not enough projects in this space are doing. We wanted to go ahead and kind of outline what our costs were this past year and what we've spent money on and how much ETH we do have left. And then at the end of the article, we spoke a little bit about, kind of a future plan that we have to maybe help the project and move forward with more potential, I guess. So anyways, I'm briefly going to talk about the VR site just because I have talked about that so much. If you do look at the article, you'll have a chance to see screenshots of what the site looks like and everything going on there. Some of the biggest notes for that are that when we do make this new release, it'll be open for everybody to sign up as a creator. Just for example, when we released the original alpha, that was application only, and we had about 35 people in like the first month apply to be content creators, and then we also have a large pipeline of YouTubers that are currently making 360 videos who could come on board and be content creators. So we're pretty excited about that, opening it up and allowing everybody to join. We've completely revamped the site. There's an entirely new video upload system, which should make integrating videos onto the site much, much easier than it was before. And yeah, outside of that, the site is redesigned. We might be doing rebranding around it to kind of separate from the Spectiv name and make it easier for people to understand the difference between like Spectiv, the 360 site, the Signal marketplace, Signal tokens, all that stuff. So that's something that we worked on that from probably like May through August up until the point where we did start slowing down and preserving funds. So anyways, that's the VR site. We're really excited to show it to you guys when we are ready to release it. Basically, the way that we plan to do that is as the market does start to recover, and we believe that there's a community of people who will be able to use our site and bring attention to it. We'll release a test version of the site strictly to our community, make sure we get all those bugs out, and then release the site publicly and move forward from there. Next, I'm going to get into the expenses that we released. So we did basically a full expense breakdown. In this, in the breakdown, we literally outline all of our main expenses from the 2018 year. These come straight from our tax reports that we're going to be filing when we pay taxes this year. So basically, to give you guys a full recap of that situation, in August we did a white label sale that some of you may have participated in. In that, we sold about 4,500 ETH worth of Signal tokens, and then we used that money to develop the VR site, the initial Signal marketplace, and the true underlying utility of what Signal tokens are. We also used that money as marketing towards the public token sale, ideally working to raise to bring in more money, right? And to sell more Signal tokens to kind of expand the community and such. We brought in about 2,000 ETH from August through November. That was all pre-sale. And then in the December token sale, the public sale, we sold about 5,000 ETH worth of Signal tokens. So we went to distribute Signal tokens on February 2nd, and at that time we were sitting on about 5,000 ETH. And the biggest problem is that, so when we started the public sale, ETH was worth about $400 roughly. As we did the token sale all through December, ETH climbed from 400 up to 800, and then by January 14th, 15th, something like that, ETH was sitting at around $1,500 a token at its peak. We didn't receive the Ethereum though until when we distributed the tokens, and we distributed tokens on February 2nd. So by the time that we distributed tokens, ETH had already fallen from that high of 1,500 all the way down to about 800, 850. And we definitely did cash out some of the ETH for company expenses and such, but we weren't going to sit there and just cash all of the ETH out after a 50% drop. Nobody expected the market to just completely crash and go full bear market after that, but that's what it did, and ultimately ETH fell all the way down, literally down to $100, and right now, it's sitting around $150. And what that means is it hasn't given us a ton of opportunities to cash out ETH so that we can cover expenses and have a sum of money in the bank to pay for things. And obviously, we're not going to sell all of our ETH at these prices right now. So that's why we're telling you guys that the best thing we can do is to preserve our funds, cut our costs down as small as possible, and wait out this bear market so that when the market does start to recover, we at least have ETH. We can get some money through selling that ETH. If let's say ETH recovers like to $500, we'll have over $1 million to work with. And move from there, but that's kind of the position that we are in. So anyways, that's like the situation with ETH. We're sitting on about 2,200 ETH right now, as I mentioned, and to tell you kind of how we got there, we spent the vast majority of ETH that we've spent so far on development. So that's going to be the salaries of our developers. That's going to be external development that we had working with Ethereum developers, platform developers, and one external developer helping with the VR site. And that myself and Nick, we haven't received any salary from the company literally since February. So from the actual public sale, we've not received a single dollar in salary. I run an Amazon business on the side, and that's what covers my costs. Nick basically doesn't have any expenses, and so he just gets by with what he has, but we haven't been paid any salaries. And that's how much we believe in the business and how much we are actually trying to make something happen here. And I think that's a testament to that. But anyway, so for development salaries and overall salaries, we spent about 2,000 ETH on that. That includes a consulting that we've done with several types of consultants, public PR consultant, marketing consultant, social media consultant, that stuff. And yeah, so then we, in terms of like marketing, paying for the actual marketing costs and working in partnerships in the crypto space, we spent about 365 ETH on that. That would be things like having articles promoted on Cointelegraph or Bitcoin.com, things like that. Doing partnerships with companies that have wallet setups, have things like explorers and certain utilities that go with running a token platform and things like that. So that's about 360 ETH. Then you have our rent, office costs, printing, promotions, printing out banners for the one behind me for conventions, all of that. That's about 225 ETH. Website costs like hosting, bringing in video hosting, databases, company emails, domains, all of that stuff. That's about 100 ETH. Legal fees and accounting, 66 ETH. Conventions and travel, only 37 ETH. And we've done several conventions, which all can be found on our site. Anyways, what all of that breaks down to is that we've spent about 3,000 ETH, have about 2,200 ETH left, and that's what we are going to be working with moving forward as we cut our costs down right now. And we do plan to update you guys, as we move forward. So don't expect this to be the last update, but we just want to let you know where we are as of right now. The last thing we want to talk about, though, is kind of an idea for a solution that we have to kind of counteract the financial strain that we do have. And that would be what we're just for now calling like Spectiv Open, and such, making Spectiv a fully open source project that everybody can work on, allowing the community to get involved, having projects, whether it be marketing or development, things like that, posted on a platform where anybody in the community can come on, work on those projects, complete them, submit them to us, get rewarded for doing things like that. But yeah, ultimately making this thing completely open source so that anybody can work on it, and that is going to be our best chance of being able to really move forward. If we're able to use signal tokens as rewards, or even maybe ETH as rewards. But you see, the biggest projects out there, that is essentially what they do, right? Bitcoin is a community of people that want to work towards making that great. The Ethereum community, even some other Ethereum-based tokens and token sale projects doing the same type of thing, like District 0x, for example. They're very community-run. Community gets to vote on projects, decide what's going to happen next. People in the community work on projects. And that's really what we're going to be striving towards. We plan to make sure that we have all of that ready to go probably in the next 2 to 3 months, and that'll definitely be launched, sometime end of like Q2, early Q3, something like that. But that's going to be key for allowing us to grow moving forward, like I said, with the financial constraint that we have, because we're going to need your guys' help, and if you really believe in this project and think it could be something and want to see, the VR market grow in general, and the marketing side of this and the affiliate portion of this with the Signal Token Marketplace, whatever you want to see grow in this, you'll be able to help us and work on with us, right? So yeah, ultimately that's something that we think is going to be key moving forward, and we're excited to have you guys start getting involved. We know that we need to do a better job of updating the community, keeping you guys engaged, and this is one of the things that is going to allow us to do that. And I think the Spectiv Open kind of goes hand in hand with another thing I know a lot of you guys already know about, that our community manager Fonzo's been working on, which is the Spectiv Emissaries program. That allows the community to get involved in certain like marketing type things, to help grow the community in general. So we have that to help grow the community, and then as the community grows, we're going to be launching Spectiv Open to get that community involved in what we're doing. So yeah, that's pretty much a recap of the entire article, going into a little bit more detail on some of the things in case you're interested in that. And we're excited to move forward. We think that if this market does start recovering, that we have a very good chance of striving in it and putting ourselves in like a prime position to be ready for that to happen. In business in general, there is no guarantees with what's going to happen, and ultimately, once we got right as we hit the road running, the entire market crashed, and then the other industry that we're in, which is VR, is also a very early industry that is tough to make it in, and is just getting started as well, and not growing as fast as people expected that to grow either. So we're kind of like stuck between two rocks right now, but that doesn't mean that we're going to give up or stop or anything like that. That just means that we have to be a little bit smarter about how we work and how we move forward. And so yeah, that's our plan. Appreciate you guys watching this, being active in the community, and supporting Spectiv. So thanks for coming by, and goodbye.